Peoples of the universe, please attend carefully. The message that follows is vital to the future of you all.
Yes, indeed. So here's something I've learned about YouTubing. You should, before you start talking into the camera, you should turn your stream on. Turn your stream on, turn your camera on, and you'll be able to find you can communicate more effectively with your adoring audience. Good evening, everybody. How are you? How are you all? It is a big simcha here on my channel. I hit 1,000 subscribers, unless it went down hundreds of 1,000 again. It's so freaking nerve-wracking. Okay, I woke up. I was gonna pretend I was nonchalant, but no, I wasn't at all. I was like, ah! So anyway, I woke up at like 4. I was like 999. I was like, oh man, really? So I went back to sleep again, and then when I woke up, I was at 1,000. I was like, yeah. And then it went up again. It went up to like 104, 105, but then went down. I think YouTube does like purges when you get, and it went down to like 101, then it went down to 1,000. I was like, oh. So but then it went up again and started to stabilize. But I've gone straight to brown alert, so I can hope I maintain the celebratory fashion that way I'm starting in. So yes. Happy dance, Hava Nagila, Hava Nagila. Yeah, I told you, but there you go. They don't do that at Jewish weddings. It's a real shame. They really should. What they do the song Mashiach. Oh God, I hate weddings. I really do. The music's always so loud. I'm such a boomer. But they just go. Yeah, they have sets of dancing that go on. Oh my God, for like half hour, 45 minutes, like. And there's like people going shuffling in circles, and yeah, the further close you get to the center circle, yeah, the more wild it gets. So my policy is I get up and I do one shuffle, around I do the old man circle, maybe a quarter rotation, then I go back to my table and play with my phone and complain about noise. That is me at weddings. Okay, so Kelly Inch, how are you? Good evening, thank you. Yes, happy dance. Thank you very much. I was a Crumpling de Bloon. What a wonderful name! Oh my gosh, I've heard your name before, of course, but it's so nice that Crumpling de Bloon. That's wonderful. Congratulations. Do we get to learn the name of your planet? No, but I will tell you how I became the rabbi from another planet. True story of my rabbinic heritage. I'll tell you what happened. I wasn't always religious. I didn't grow up religious. And it was a bit of a shock to my parents. Let me tell you, I think they're quite happy about it, but it was a bit of a shock to my parents and my friends. So I was very not religious when I was a younger lad. I got religious when I was 21. Okay, Crumbling Dublin says, and in 57 years, why 57 years? Okay, there's some weird significance. It's like, what happens in 57 years? That sounds like the Mormon thing. Was it the Mormon thing? You get you're the god of 1,000 planets in the afterlife. Like, you have 1,000 virgins. I can't remember. I remember hearing it and going, wow, that doesn't sound great. Yeah, I remember going like, 1,000 virgins sounds like really. God, I'm like, I love Emily Cook, okay? Emily Cook's great. I love Emily Cook. I'm not intimating she's a virgin, or if that's a prerogative, or if unless she thinks it's a good thing, whatever. I love Emily Cook, but she's very young. She's very young, and like the whole cancelling the watch along, which makes my life so much freaking better because I so wanted to do it. I so wanted. I love those 2 episodes. They're like 2 of my favorite episodes of all time. Oh my God, they're so good. But I also want to be with Noah on the channel doing Case of Androzani. So it frees me up from conflict. But I want to go. Oh God, no! Don't cancel it over. That's the absolute worst thing you should do. That's the absolute opposite. But yeah, listen, I'm not having a go at her. Okay. Firstly, maybe I'm wrong. Okay, maybe I'm wrong, but I'm not. Okay, I'm old. I've seen shit before. This isn't news. Okay. Oh, when she is my age, she will go, oh yeah. Because look, here's the truth, and it's a hard truth to hear if you're on the younger end of the scale, but it really is true. It's really, really true. The the maturity gap between, let's say, a 5-year-old and a 25-year-old. That gap in maturity between those two states of 5 to 25, that if you could quantify that as an amount, that amount doesn't change. If somebody's 20 years younger than you, there's that maturity difference as well. I mean, like, and you just like, it's okay. Yeah, I need to. What gets you to be able to do it is you have kids and your kids become teenagers. And when you become a teenager, I forgot, because I remember doing the things my kids did, but I don't remember doing it. I was like, really? It's very different on the other end. Woo! Okay, that's crazy. Ebony Cook. So something about virgins. Oh yeah, that'll be with 1,000. Living with 1,000 virgins doesn't sound fun. Doesn't sound like one thing. I want like 1,000 of them. Really? Oh God, they're all being offended about everything all the time. They take everything so seriously. I mean, listen. If it's with 1,000, if 1,000 virgins, can 500 of you pair off with the other 500, and then we'll get it over with, and we'll be able to move on with life. Come, speaking of moving on with life, I got to go with the chat. I'm so behind already. Let's go. So in 57 years, you will reveal you're not from that planet after all, but a completely different one. And you're originally a church vicar, Anglican vicar. Yes. That's just like who was it? Mark Gatiss did this really good sketch where he's playing Sydney. Was it? No, it wasn't Mark Gatiss. It was Mark Gatiss was the director general, and David Williams was Sidney Newman pitching the idea of Doctor Who, and it really starts off wonderfully. Mark Gatiss, like showing out Muffin the Mule, said, "I'm sorry, too, Muffin." It's so funny. So then Sidney Newman pitches him the whole, like, at the time it was like the 26-year history of Doctor Who, and he goes, and then we'll do this, and he'll go, but he's got to be gone. Pertwee's got to be gone by 71. Says why? Because he got Wilson Gummidge. Yeah, so it was much like that. Okay, Sadako 24 Meta. Ooh, as a Meta is a new bit on name. Greetings, Sadako. Sadako, whenever I say your name, Sadako 24 Meta, I always feel like when you're in one of those fight games, you can either choose the hot chick, the hot blonde chick. It's okay. Here's your choice. Yeah, big guy, hot blonde chick, athletic brunette chick, and Asian. Right? That's it. And Asian, I always think he goes, Sadako! And it's that's exactly how they do it. You go, the hands move, and you see like a blur. So yes, good. That's what I was thinking. Charlotte Shields, how are you? Good evening. Hello, everyone in correct. Thank you very much. Colin B. Smith, 1,000 subs, mate. Yes. What was I going to say? We're in trouble though. We enraged. Well, I will say more me. It was more me. You were just a witness. By 1,000 subs, mate, not 100. What are you talking about? I enraged Tomorrow People fans. They're really mad at me. I was like, I had no malice. Okay, if you saw my Tomorrow People stream last night, I had zero malice. Zero malice to the Tomorrow. I was just like, I just noticed it was kind of shit. I mean, I'm sorry, but it was just kind of shit. But I love it. Okay, I still love it. I just look at it and go, well, that's kind of shit. I mean, Ginger, that looks kind of shit. Jenna Carr, well, that's kind of shit. There's a lot of it that's kind of shit, and I'm sorry. But I had a great theme tune and title sequence, and Dudley Simpson did the music. Who was telling me that earlier? Somebody in the chat was saying, somebody in the comments was telling me that earlier. Anyway, and they got really mad at me. I don't mean anything by it, guys. If you're tomorrow, I love it. I love it. It's just like the early ones. They're kind of shit. Surprisingly, because I like them, but they're kind of shit. But that's just the way it is. Gonna be this. I believe the appropriate phrase would be muzzle dove. Muzzle dove or simon dove. Muzzle dove or simon dove. Muzzle dove or simon dove. Hey, la, no. There you go. Also, Mirabilis. Now, it was easier to read your name than it was to try and remember your real name. Now I remembered your real name. Hi, good evening. I'm Tom, how are you? Congrats on 1,000. Thank you very much. Problem being, good evening. You were awesome last night on Noel's stream. That was a really good stream, wasn't it? I was kind of riveted. I just came off mine. I was like too jiggered, but as I was like laying down, I had it on. It was a really good stream. Hell chat, hell Rabbi, you are now officially millennial. Is millennial in a million? I hate to be pedantic. Jonathan Hill, well done, problem on those. Yes, we agree. Chris Persia, congratulations, Rabbi, absolutely making on finally hitting the long overdue 1K subscribe. I wouldn't say long overdue. I really wouldn't. You know, I think it's all things considered, it's been a very fair growth of the channel. You know, it hasn't been slow at all. There's nothing I could have been dissatisfied about. I think it's been it's much better than I ever in a million years dreamed. Like 1,000 subscribers is crazy. I didn't think I'll get 10. I really didn't. I just thought, well, you know, I'm just going to start doing it. I'll do it for 6 months. I'll see how it goes. Okay, that's basically what happened. And I was like, and I kind of, I liked it. And then I started meeting people. Yeah, that's basically what happened. So on the afternoon to all, Stephanie Littlebage, good evening. Hello, Rabbi, and congratulations on hitting 1K mark. Thank you very much, Stephanie Littlebage. Hail Chris Berger. Yes, we all hail Chris Berger. Chris Berger says, hail Stephanie Littlebage, and I hope you and the captain are both well. I caught your captain stream recently as well. Was it today? It's been a busy day. I had to get that trailer out for Caves of Androzani. The trouble is, what I would normally do is just take the trailer from the DVD and then like edit a little bit and add on our branding and our times and all that. And watch it live at the TARDIS zone, whatever. Do the watch along, put that all on, put all that on. But there was no trailer for the DVD Androzani, so I essentially had to build it from scratch, and it was like 5 hours work. And I copied somebody else's trailer, which was far better than mine. But I was like, yeah, okay, that works. I just didn't have time to like come, but yeah, I'm such a fan. That I was like, oh, that clip, yeah, episode 3, and I knew just where they were. Oh, there, yeah, Salatine's there. Oh, yeah, there. So that took forever. That was a real, but I had to get it out because I saw they were canceling the. Guess no, worst idea possible. Canceling the watch along on Saturday night. No, what people need 2 things: not to believe there's a race war. You need very much not to believe there's a race war. Because there isn't a race war. Because we are all as one. We are all as one in this, that we are all mortified by the death of Floyd. We are all mortified. There's not one person that goes, yeah, okay, no. Look, even me, and I'm a bit of a dick. Let's be fair. I'm a bit of a dick. I can say, no, even me goes, yeah, that was out of line, mate. That was wrong. And that thing absolutely should not happen. But I think you can judge a society on its reaction to its own atrocity. I'll give you a good example. The just before the 2017, was it 27? No, the Gaza war, the last Gaza conflict, where we so should have gone in the truck. Okay, the reason why Gaza exists as a problem, as a quagmire that it is. It's the dumbass liberals who insisted on Israel disengaging from that region of Israel, right, and handing it over to the Palestinians. And it should have become a Riviera, an incredible holiday spot, and a very, very luxury area. A very it had ties to all this incredible economy, and the Israeli companies wanted to have economic bonds with them. This was it. This was the put up or shut up. We were really into it, and we did it, and it didn't work. A minute later, Hamas wins a legitimate election because Fatah was full of corruption, which they are, which every Palestinian organization, let's be honest, every Arab organization is. Even like Jordan and Saudi Arabia, it's just normal. That's part of the culture. That's like there was a great article once in an Egyptian paper when one of our presidents went to prison for rape. Okay, that's as bad as it can get, right? Like, okay, And they had this thing in Egypt that doesn't like Israel. Muslims generally don't like Israel. That's just the way it is. Okay, that's the way you're saying, like, oh God, these Jews put us to shame because they're so ashamed. They're saying they don't try and hide it. There's no corruption. So that's what should have happened. It should have been an economic, miracle. It was set up to be there. Oh, it's tragic, absolutely tragic. It didn't happen. So there was the last Gaza war, and the reason the reason that Hamas still operates, and to clean them out, you've got to just have a ground invasion, and that's I don't think the world can take that, right? There's a lot of bad footage, but they've never seen Jewish boys walk into combat willingly before. It's always because you wanted to kill us, okay? They've never seen them and it's going to be bloody, it's going to be, and it's going to just be hot. It's going to be a quagmire, but it might have to happen. It's but that's why it hasn't happened yet. The commitment of resources to do it. If it's a world coalition, maybe, but it's that bad, right? It's that bad. But anyway, what kicked off that Gaza conflict was at least from my perspective, there was these three 15, 16-year-old school kids were it's called tramping. It's hitchhiking. It's a cultural thing they do doing it that happens in Israel. Used to anyway, and they were picked up by Hamas and they were kidnapped, and the whole country went apeshit because this was a massive escalation, of this is a crossing a line. We basically had a rule that we try and avoid non-combatants, especially kids who just wandered in and check out. They're not in the line of fire, right? That's the basic understanding we had up until that point. So the country was, and so what Israel is very fractious. It's a very fractious. We have this religious and that religious and that religious and that non-religious and that non-religious, and they all basically hate each other. So that's Israelis. And they all think their bit of truth is the most important thing in the universe, right? Incredibly, the entire country united. I've never seen it before in my life. The entire country just united. And really pray together for these kids to be returned. A rabbi of mine who's kind of politically influential. He's in the know. He says, "Nah, they're all they were dead straight away." And it's really, this was first week, and then a month later they were found, and the country was went nuts. Okay, they were paying for blood, right? Still, we didn't go to war. It was on a knife edge, right? And then Netanyahu, they always portray as this great, bloodthirsty murderer, says, "Listen, calm will be become. We won't attack first. Everybody just take a minute. Let's all take a minute and relax." And at that moment, that's when Hamas stepped up their missile campaign from you got a few a day to thousands of missiles being fired, making life impossible. And these missiles had a trajectory that could hit Tel Aviv. And also these missiles were all homemade. So they basically had the flight trajectory of a 3/4 full bottle of Diet Coke. So I'm not exactly. That's why about 30% lands back in Gaza, killing the Gazans. But that's also why the Iron Dome is such an incredible. We call it the Keeper Barzel. Keeper is this thing. Barzel is still. So the Iron Dome is why it's such an incredible technology. And I saw it fired in combat. It's the coolest freaking thing ever. Oh my God, it's so freaking. So you say personally, when I hear the sirens, I'm like, oh, bollocks, I can't be asked to go inside. So I go outside and look, and then there's these. You see the missiles go shrinking out, and then you see the Iron Dome comes up and goes. It's crazy. It's like something out of a Superman movie. It's like something out of a James Bond. Something shouldn't be able to be that clever, and it gets it. Freaking incredible. So they said calm will be met by calm. That's why they stepped up So right as they stepped up the missile campaign, we're gearing up for war, right? And then this Palestinian boy was kidnapped, right? And it was intimated it was this Jewish settler youth who were always demonized. because they're really not like the way they say it at all. Well, kidnapped him and murdered him. And so the entire country was just like, no, not possible. We don't do that. No. And really, we were all like, yeah, no way, no way. And then it turned out it was, right? And then it turned out it was. It was like this insane kid, this kid who was like had mental problems with this other guru who was also insane. They kidnapped this, I think it was trans, I think he might have been trans or gay. It was some kind of outcast Palestinian kid. And I think they burnt him to death. It was that horrific. It was just the most horrific thing you can imagine. So, as I said, my point was you can tell a society, I think, by the way it reacts to its own atrocities. So when the three boys were found killed, the Palestinians, they celebrated. They handed out candy. Just horrible. They had like holding up three fingers as a meme for the three kids they murdered. It was just like, it's just not necessary. Just not necessary. Right. When we heard we had done this, that one of us, even though it was a crazy one that had done this, it was just an incredible shame. We were so mortified. We were so incredibly mortified. There wasn't one person I knew that just wasn't deathly ashamed that it was true, that we didn't believe it could be true, right? And I think that's the same where we are now with America. Like, we are all as one on this. There's nobody who disagrees. There's nobody out in the world who disagrees about this. Nobody. This shouldn't happen. Okay, we're 100% united on that. This shouldn't happen. But more so, I don't think Black Lives Matter are the solution to this problem. I think they are the cause of the problem. I think John Boyega voiced the solution to the problem, and I'm so incredibly impressed. If you haven't heard it, I'm going to play it in a minute. One of the most impressive things. Assuming I have a swig of water. Oh, that is better. Fine. So John Boyega, I think really expressed the solution to this problem, and it's something that I'm going to play it for you in a minute. It's a really, it's about 4 minutes long. It's about 4 minutes long. Let me get through the chat first and say hello to more people. And then we'll play it. So don't touch that dial. Fine. For Christmas homes for all veterans finally contacted by. Oh, excellent. And they said they extended this stay in a hotel, but they're paying until Bob. Okay, excellent. Well, good to hear it. Good. That is great news. Thanks so much. Christmas says, okay, fine. Whoa! Just jumping. Oh man, the people in the chat who I'm like, really? He's there? Okay, fine. I'll go back. No. Whoa! How far back? I've been rabbiting for a bit. That's the answer. I've been rabbiting. That's English slang for he's got more rabbit than Sainsbury's, which he talks a lot. Wow, I'm so behind. Oh, get out of town. Brown alert. Okay, okay. Oh man, really? Not even there yet. I haven't even hit 7 o'clock yet in the chat. Oh, I'm been bad. Been talking too much. Okay, but I'm skimming stuff. Okay, if I miss it, tell me again. Just from this is going to be that Lego is going to stop selling. You get out of town. Yeah, Lego. Police are going to stop selling police and fire brigade playsets. Screw them. Oh, screw them. Freaking morons. What utter morons. You see that? And again, I bet it's a damn kid. I bet it was a damn kid going, I bet they're too bad. Idiots. Fine. Okay, Rabbi, how you doing, sir? Glad to hear your very good news. Your channel bar mitzvah, yes, have a Nagila, baby. Kim Ellis says, thank you very much. And a bunch of emojis. I'm not sure what they mean. I think they're followers. Daniel Leach, good evening, sir. How are you? Problem being, muzzle dog, fierce bird, we said hello. Okay. I'm okay. It just hit 7 o'clock. Okay. Brew and Brown alert. Fine. 57 years. And 57 years we did that. Okay. Give what? I can't really remember what you're talking about, but I think I've got to read Problem Bean's comment here. Give me one filthy whore instead of 1,000 virgins. Yes, because you know why? A filthy whore can pretend to be a virgin. A virgin can't pretend to be a filthy whore. You see, there you go. And you want another piece of wisdom? I learned this from Star Trek Voyager, and I don't know if it's true, but you treat a whore like a lady and a lady like a whore. That was Tom Paris's idea. So there we go. So genre show. I thought I'll throw it in. Okay, was there any guarantee that said virgins will be? No, that's the problem. I bet there's a reason they're virgins, right? Yeah, exactly. Good thing it wasn't resurrecting the dance. A lot of black people get smoked today. That's true. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You don't want that to happen. Oh, so dumb. It's all so dumb. Okay, I'm standing up. I need to stretch the rabbinic legs there. It is so dumb. She's like, yeah, the whole thing of like, I see a black person being shot. I like, no. You don't look at color. That's the point. You shouldn't be looking at the bloody color. If you look at, I don't. You know, that's the thing. I don't. Who does? I just don't. It's it's like who's the actor I really like? I wanted him to be the Doctor. Who was also colored. He was in The Leftovers, the first season, and Neverwhere. I'll remember his name in a minute. Anyway. So I noticed his eyes before everything else. He's just like, and I think everybody raised in my generation is kind of the same. You know, we don't like really. So, although John Boyega's thing, which we're going to watch. He says racism clearly exists. I believe his testimony. I totally do. He's like totally credible because I believe him because what he said was so credible. Right, it was so together. Fine. Black people get spoken about. Yes, they do. Well, we all see shit before, but let's not talk about it. Okay. You know what? At least we're talking about something else, right? It may be like Civil War, but at least we're not talking about Jodie. I feel a bit socially awkward. Let's see a plunder into this. PD Rich. Rabbi, thanks for keeping me in the loop regarding pop culture during lockdown and replying to my comments on your videos. It's been much appreciated. That's one of the fun bits of replying to comments. You know, you get to. It's nice interacting with people. Okay, I can't be saying hello. So could the Rabbi be from the planet Tipley? No, absolutely not. No. More like that Gulf planet, I reckon. Okay, I will think. I'll try and think. Okay. If not by this stream, I'll come up with a planet I'm from, okay? Because it is another planet. I should reveal that. Or maybe. I know what planet it's from. You know, I've landed at a strange, it was just a strange foreign universe. It's a foreign world that nothing in it makes sense. And everything is harsh and ugly. And I go searching this world and I just can't comprehend anything. And eventually I come to a wasteland. And I keep walking and I come to a beach and then I'm walking down the shore. And then at the end of the shore, I see the Statue of Liberty. We were on Earth all the time. I mean, an age Statue of Liberty, not like the new one. And yeah, the full-size one. Anyway, as I was saying. So that's the planet I'm from. It's the planet we're already there. But I'll try and think of a better answer. Okay. Going back to my main computer, live chat doesn't have a refresh. Okay. How's both? Problem is, I'm sure you're there by now, like hours later. Okay, missing. Gary Howard says hello. I got the name from a Japanese horror film, so it's probably is Asian. That would make sense. My favorite take on Asian action horror action movies, which was an action movie, was the comic book Planetary. I think issue 2 or 3. It was like this kinetic Asian action movie with a ghost in it. So there's a great bit where this car was like going down the road, and the ghost appears with guns, going and shoots him, and then the car goes like through him because he's a ghost, and then he like switches his guns in and shoots the people in the back or something like that. It was just so cool because he's a ghost. Okay, problem being arrived. There we go. Okay. I think most sci-fi shows start inconsistent or poor. They really get good. Yes, true. And sadly, when it all seems it'll last, they get worse. Yeah, that is the life cycle of the sci-fi show. That is correct. Okay, let's see this next batch of comments. Okay, I'm up to 10 past 7, 20 minutes behind. Okay, I caught up for like 10 minutes just now. Where was it? Christmas says, isn't all you hit the like button? Oh, yes. It seems 7 of you haven't hit the like button yet. Smash that like button. Celebrate the Rabbi channel hitting 1,000 subscribers. The man speaks the truth. Trispersia. You can't argue when he's wrong. Not only was 1,000 hence. I mean, okay, you're right. Okay. Okay. Going down. Andrew Goss says, hi, everybody. Hello, Andrew Goss. Oh, Colin Peacemith says, you're wrong, and let's be honest, most of us are less discerning as youngsters, and that's true. Although, I don't know. Let me think. Not more discerning? I got married, so my choice became one. You know, it's like, well, that's what it is. I don't know. So, you know, I being married for like, you know, since I was like early in my 20s. I really don't know. But we can still look back on things despite that we. Oh yes, I do enjoy looking back. No suggest maybe we could have picked a different episode with Bill. Does she get shot anymore? Does she get imprisoned unjustly? Or fed up with Emily couldn't be finished. Yeah, I can understand that. I can totally understand. Yeah, again, they're annoying kids. Annoying kids are annoying kids. You know, it's just the way it is. You know, annoying kids and young parents are so much worse than young children. Yeah, it's just the way it is. We're going about Lego. Insane. Yes. I've been getting nod all the time. Look Victorious. No, time look Victorious. I'm totally disinterested. There's one more release apparently from Big Finish. That's going to be a super special one. So it sounds like David Tennant, right? But like in general, like yeah, who gives a crap? Okay. There we are. Where are we up to? So yeah. I'm like, they do sound more interesting than the audios. Those audios just sound like completely flat. Like, I'm really not interested in them at all. Yeah, why didn't they just make them a box set? Yeah, wouldn't that be easier? I do like the Master one. I'm up for that. That one looks good. By the time low budget stories and lead actors made it plausible for a kid of the times. Too much Chris Chibnall now is born. Exactly. Couldn't agree with you more. I only saw the thumbnail just before the stream, so can't get the context. Probably about the Lego stuff. Preach it, Rabbi. Yes. After all, it is 1,000 subs. You're cooking on gas, baby. That is true. This is your brain. This is your brain on stage. Okay, fine, Rabbi. Always excited. That's me. No, I do kind of claps. I don't agree with everything Israel does, but but it's a bit suspect that the left seem to demand they're supposed to act like saints at the most vile neighborhoods. Yeah. And when you see it close up, it's so much worse than the shill media with Doctor Who. Yeah, I was like, really? Okay. 8 thoughts is both. Yeah, listen, I am getting them, but I'm not. I'm getting mainly to review them. Okay, I'm not enthused. The last one I am enthused about though. I must be talking about Israel now. I think that without meaning anything, sort of Arab culture in general is less suited for some aspects. But yeah, that is that's what they say. You know, like, okay, I guess that's the way it is. Living in Brighton, there you see free. Yeah, you do free pounds on a lot. Yeah, there's apparently a weekly anti-protest at somewhere in the middle of Brighton. They don't seem to wear anything saying free. Yeah, I know. And it's they just spoon fed this bull crap. You know, this real bull. It's like it's so not the case. You know. I just said my daughter come in. There you go. Maybe she'll come down and say hello. Where were we up to? Maybe they came out. Maybe when they came out, I will feel the same. Okay. I thought that was a yarmulke. Yeah, we call many things. Yeah, listen. You know, Eskimos have lots of work for snow. Okay. Oh man, what a jump! What was that about? Where was I? Okay. Whoa. I found it pretty quick. Fans often have the best ideas too. Tanos Wing Jan, congrats on 1,000 subs. Thank you so much. With I imagine culture. No, they also have cultural significance. Like this one is okay. This is very confusing because this is the velvet one, which is worn by the ultra orthodox Haredim. But Haredim only wear white shirts and black pants. That's what they wear. Button down shirts. I would wear a blue shirt sometimes when I was one of that part. So the people who dress, regular, they have like these like crochet kippot normally. So I like to try and bridge the two and confound people. Here we go. Can we lose Christian Tel Aviv? Yeah, let's see the Kibbutz Bazel can get him. Yeah, the Iron Dome can get him. That'll be cool. Yeah, that would be a real, feat of engineering that you had like some kind of anti-missile like script editing bot that would just like find the crap and just rip it out and say, no, this character has no meaning, and just you get a good it makes it into a good episode. That'll be awesome. Remember Israel's news? Yes, we do, although we never admit it, which I really don't understand why. Israel's kind of main to that, Rabbi. Yeah, a Jewish friend of mine once said that if they could actually understand what's going on there, it's not that complicated. It's just people are really uptight about a lot of stuff, okay? Chris, 1984, how are you? Hello, people, congrats. I'll be peeking in and out. Oh, I hope this is one of the moments I caught you in. Rabbi, do I win the prize for once? Say like £1,000. Like £1,000? Okay. I hope I do that right. David Enke, good evening. How are you? Where are we going? Colin Peaceman says, dry wood due to frustration whipped up by the media. But yes, a celebrity. That's why I'm so happy, John Boyega. At last, a celebrity doing using his influence correctly, which is why I'm trying to rush through the chat to get to it because it's so good. It's so good. Glenn Edwards here. I'm sorry I missed you. Good evening. How are you? I don't know collateral damage. Chibnall needs to be launched into the sun. Yes. Oh, that was you who said that about Livingston Terry. Yes, I'm sorry. Good evening. Thinking. Good evening. How are you? Thank you for the congrats, Andrew Goff. Yo PP still battling the trans bots on Twitter. Yes, I guess so. Yeah, I still like beating your head against a brick wall. Why is everybody watching Snowpiercer? I'm really enjoying it. I really like it. I kind of like that it's actually going to follow the plot of the movie, but do it better. Okie dokie. Fine. Where are we up to? Well, apparently Elon Musk landed my local airport yesterday. Oh, can I ask him if I spare rocket he can donate? He is a Doctor Who fan. I'm sure. Listen, why Elon Musk? Stop messing around with saving the planet. Save Doctor Who. Planet will look after itself, mate. Get Doctor Who working. You could do that. Take over Apple as well. Apple sucks now. In fact, I noticed he seems to have managed to grow a beard. Oh, he's a big boy. Try to look more serious. Only if you can grow a beard. I really got to trim mine. Oh, I'm scared to go to the hairdresser. I don't know if it's kosher. Yeah, I think we can. I'm just thinking that they'll disappear in a black hole of virtues. Oh God, wouldn't that be great? Yes. Lenny Henry. Well, where did he come in? Captain Rob April asked about Lenny Henry. Yes, I guess Lenny Henry. Lenny Henry is in Neverwhere, and he also produced it. He's one of the Black Friars. There's only one form of life that matters. Dalek life. Yes. Patterson Joseph. That's the name of the guy. Yeah, I'd love it to be Doctor Who. But you really did. Yes, obviously he's black. Yeah, obviously. Because he's such a fantastic actor. He exudes his physicality. Black Dalek life matters. Glenn, no need for rocket, just pop of the trebuchet. The trebuchet. That's it. That's what he needs. But if that's what you're thinking of, the only times I've ever seen him, he's played a no, he's really good. Neverwhere. That's where you got to find him. Frickin' that. Watch Neverwhere. He's a Captain the Carabas. Imagine that as the Sixth Doctor, and you're in a different universe, and it would have been freaking awesome. Do you think Doctor Who ever reminisces? Do you think Doctor Who reminisces about the past incarnation? Oh, I'd love to write a story in which the 13th Doctor wags her head and wakes up the full with the full Doctor mentality. It's funny. That is sort of. You know what? I think they probably think about the people. Like, I think, Doctor sometimes thinks fondly back to Jamie, right, without actually thinking about being the second Doctor. If he's not focusing on himself, about something external, as in like Jamie or Victoria or Susan, I think when it's something he's doing, when he's an active agent, I think he probably doesn't. That would be my guess. But I like your idea. Chris Mercer into the Israel Iron Shield to make sure. Yeah, exactly, that's the plan. Tentacle mutant lives matter. Smash that Doctor essay. I can imagine Tom's voice as a Tsuyomi. Okay, I can't even pronounce it. Peter Rich says, "I hope the planet is not Skaro." Yeah, there's already too much going on there. Are you familiar with the Doonals? I am. I've read them all apart from the non-Frank Herbert ones. Something similar happens to one of the main characters in Doom Messiah, Children of Doom. Something happened Doom Messiah. Let me think. They become like immortal, right? They become like a sandworm immortal, right? I remember that. That's Leto the second. Yeah. I get what who were we talking about? Okay, I guess yes. Let's just go forward. I want to finish this. The problem with virtual signal is they're thriving on attention. They're all I know. I just don't understand who people who like watching this. Don't really want to vomit. Got to say we're off this move, baby. That is true. Come on, just a minute. Fine, going through it. Where'd it go? Oh, Rebecca Gold's here. Let me get to where I was. Where was I? Scaro. Okay. Where am I up to? I'm up to Chris Perry saying I don't normally do that. That does sound a bit suspect. That does sound like a hooker asking for an extra 20. I don't really do that. Okay. Yeah, that's a little bit outside the norm. Should I start there? Should I just start there? Now I'll wind it back. Well, okay, I think it's okay. Fine, that's where I was. Let's get the camera back on. A self-centering move today. No, okay, no, I don't think it's okay. I like to write a series in which each Doctor reflects on the new body. And that's really clever. That is really, really, really clever. Maybe there's a room of remembrance he goes to in the TARDIS to mourn the loss of himself, right? Because like David Tennant was really unhappy to stop being David Tennant. That 10th Doctor didn't want to go. There we go. If you developed enough, it would even be worth pitching a big finish. Explore the weather. Okay, correct. On one of the rays says Rebecca Gold says, Megan, good evening. How are you? I'm just saying hello to you. Imagination is amazing when fight is exactly. Imagination is infinite. You have trouble imagining the infinite. That's something infinite right there. There, we are never going to run out of ideas. He's only got about 10 minutes behind. Yes, well, how far am I behind now? I am 10 minutes behind. Look at that. I just ate up another 10 minutes. Dennis Dillinger, Free Palestine. Good evening. How are you? Well, I don't argue with the valuation. No, I tell you, Gaza is good. Should be good vacation property. That's what it's supposed to be. And as then it's supposed to be like connected to all the tech stuff going on. And then they had all the agriculture. Oh man, it should have been so affluent. Oh man, here we go. Rabbi, do you enjoy? No, I do not enjoy Curb Your Enthusiasm. There was an episode where he was called a self-hating Jew. He is. That was particularly funny. See, the thing I don't like about Curb Your Enthusiasm, I just don't like that whole Hollywood society. I think they're disgusting, awful people. And I'm like, I was watching like a season or two ago. I'm going, yeah, I don't like any of these people. I don't really want to know about them. They're grossing me out completely. So so I stopped. So then I tried again the first episode of this season because I had HBO at the time. So and I watched. And I was like, I felt the same way. Fine, let me go. Everyone's saying hello to each other in the chat. Whoa, 1 second. Where are we going? Okay, whoa. Here we go. I am 7 minutes behind now. Okay. Everyone's saying hello to each other. Read my comments that you read out and did not understand. Oh, okay, fine. £1,000 prize that would be pertinent around as you have 1,000. Oh yeah, no, that's not happening. Yeah, best of luck, mate. Yeah, no, yeah. Hello to Nerderotic for that. By the way, did Nerderotic mention me in last night's stream? Because he said he was going to. I was listening to it. I'm like 2 hours in, and I hadn't heard me yet. So, but then I got over. That's why I thought I got 1,000 subs today because he gave me a shout out. He did early in the week. That was freaking awesome. But he actually tweeted me, like contacted me and say, "Oh yeah, I'm going to say I'll plug you today." So I'm like, okay, and I'm like 2 hours into the stream, and he can't really be. I like he's very, very, very nice that he would do that, like really genuinely. But you can't be like, "Hey, what the hell? Just leave the whole thing," because he's doing you a favor. He's doing like an incredible favor. Oh, I love Nerderotic. Oh, it's so cool. He's into Blake 7. I can't wait for him to watch season 2. I cannot wait for him to watch season 2. Season 2 is I think the pinnacle of Blake 7 until you get to audio. One more audio to go. Oh, and I still haven't finished Human Frontier either. Here we go. There are such things as beard trumpets. Yes, I'm just not very good with them. Here we go. Patterson Joseph's was good in Timeless. I never saw him, but he's pretty much good in everything. I mean, The Leftovers, he was freaking incredible in. Timelord Laborious, was that you? Somebody said that. I am so stealing that. Next time they will Jodie out that I'm using that headline, Timelord Laborious. That's who she is. I mean, just put a thing like other bad words, and we can use this forever. There we go. I was in Law and Order UK, Doctor Who's Life Canon Matters. Okay. Alia overtaken by her memories. Gareth's idea made me think, oh, yeah, that's a very good point. Well, I just jumped there. Okay, fine. Well, I'm nearly caught up. Okay, I can see the end. My thing is the Johnson Martha implanted a perception manipulated into the 12th Doctor's subconscious in her head. She sees herself as Jodie Whittaker. It's all a hoax. Yes. And he's pissing himself laughing. He's pissing himself laughing, isn't he? That's exactly what's going on. When will I receive Big Finish? I won because I want to review it. Listen, I can send you the audio. It's still sitting on my wife's desk to mail out with a ton of other ones. I haven't even packed it up, but I'll send you the digital like right now. Just let me know. No problem. Tiniest children doesn't matter. Yeah, it's very true. Says hashtag says problem being. Yeah, I'm so sorry. I'm so slow with that stuff. Oh, Matt Smith says he would remember when the Doctor was. Oh yeah, I love that final line from him. It's wonderful. He should okay. Whoa, there go. Just look, so close. Okay, we're there, nearly there. He did give me a shout out at some point. Yes. Oh, thank you for letting me know. Fine. So Beck, and now the next step is getting you monetized. Is getting your view. Well, what I'm doing. Yeah, Blake 7 season 2 is epic. Oh, I'm at the end of the chat. This is incredible. Cost Blake 7 review. Yes, I know. I'm 1 episode to go. I'm nearly there. So when I emailed Gary, not long after I found YouTube, he actually read the email on air. The problem was the stream crashed as he started. Yes, that's always the way, isn't it? That is totally always the way. Okay. Every regeneration scene in New Who is a narcissist wet dream. I guess it is. Fine. Let's go to John Boyega. So this clip's a little bit long. It's like 4.5 minutes, like nearly 5. I'll fast forward to the bits where like there's about a minute where he's not really saying anything, right? But like, yeah, I just love this because A, obviously he's extremely emotional, and B, it's the first time I'm hearing any leader say what needs to be said. What needs to be said. So here, let me share the screen. Share screen. Say application tab. That's the one. Okay, there you go. So hopefully the sound will come out okay. Let's give this a go.
I want to thank every single one of you for coming out. This is very important. This is very vital.
All right. Firstly, I want to say he thanked people for coming out. That's just basic good manners, it's something that we haven't seen much, but like you really haven't seen it much. It's tragic. But I think that belies just a very good upbringing that clearly that he's had.
Black lives have always mattered. We have always been important. We have always meant something. We have always succeeded, regardless. And now is the time. I ain't waiting. I've been born in this country. I'm 28 years old. Born and raised in London. I've got time. Every black person understands and realizes the first time you were reminded that you were black.
I'm going to interrupt again. To me, that's just shocking. I tell you, I believe, look, I believe it happens, obviously. I believe, but I live in a bit of a bubble where I just I don't see people being racist. Although I do remember, it's crazy. My dad used to have this deli, and he used to go to like cash and carry to stock up. And there was this Indian guy there who had they call them Pakistani shops, so he was stocking his up, and he was with my dad, and like a couple of times he got just you effing, like really, and he was like, does that happen often? Like my dad says, yeah, quite often. It's incredible. So yeah, listen, I believe him. It's terrible. I can't believe that it happens so freely. It blows my freaking mind. It does. Like, how more socially unacceptable could that possibly bloody be?
Remember, every black person in here remembered when another person reminded you that you were black. So none of you out there, all those protesters on the other side, protesting against what we want to do.
Well, I'm going to interrupt there. Look, the reason why they're protesting you is the biggest problem that you have is Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. They don't. If Black Lives Matter. The Black Lives Matter doesn't matter. The Black Lives don't matter to Black Lives Matter. That's basically my thesis with them. I think if Black Lives Matter to Black Lives Matter, then they would adopt what you're about to say as a cornerstone of their philosophy. Then they would make Black Lives actually matter. But I'm going to talk about it after you finish talking. Yeah.
Protesting against what we want to try and achieve. God, you, because this is so vital.
All right, I'm going to fast forward a bit because they're just telling everybody to sit down.
I need you to understand how painful it is to be reminded every day that your race means nothing. And that isn't the case anymore. That is never the case anymore. We're going to try today. We are a physical representation of our support for George Floyd. We are a physical representation of our support for Central Black.
So, I'm going to interrupt here. It never occurred to me. As it never occurred to me that the normal feeling if you're black is that there are people who say you don't matter because you're black. It just never really. I mean, I understand they exist, but honestly, there are people who feel that way about Jews as well. But I don't know. It's just to me, it seems like so few people feel that way. I don't understand. Okay, I understand that people think Jews are whatever, all the Jewish stereotypes, we're controlling the banks, whatever. yeah, whatever it is, okay? I understand that. It just, doesn't make me feel that's real, you know? It just doesn't make me feel that's real. Yeah, and I'm coming out of like an attempted genocide, a Holocaust. I just don't understand it. I don't understand. I believe I believe it's a common experience, right? I believe it's a common experience that if you're black and living in the Western world, you're made to feel that you don't matter. Okay, I believe that. I don't understand it. I still don't understand it. I don't understand how that could be. But okay, fine. Okay, I believe. Anyway, let's get to the point where hopefully it's going to say we are.
We are a physical representation of our support for Trayvon Martin. We are a physical representation of our support for Stephen Lawrence, for Mark Duggan. It is very, very important that we keep controlling this moment and we make this as peaceful as possible.
Exactly.
See, firstly, like this is what every leader should be saying. Everybody who's they look up to get it. Like again, could you imagine what Martin Luther King would say if he could come and he could see the state of Black America? Like it's such without leadership. Their leadership is terrible. This is the first good leadership I think I can remember here. That, and I have to say, Kanye, like taking personal accountability for yourself, being peaceful. You have a choice, right? You can do what you want, or you can be who you want to be. That's basically your choice. That's basically, and he's saying, don't do what you want, be who you want to be. And it's like, it's so necessary. Someone says, "Yeah, let's get to the point."
We make this as peaceful and as organized as possible because you know what, guys? They want us to mess up. They want us to be disorganized. Not today.
You know, I have to tell you, I don't know who the they is. I don't know the they. I want you to succeed. I want you to succeed. That's basically what I'm saying. I would like you to succeed.
Today. Not today. You know what? This message is specifically for black men. Black men.
And this is the most important message that any black leader has said that I've ever heard them say. It's like this goes to the heart of everything that's destroying Black America, everything that's destroying that community. This goes to the beating heart of it, and you can see the emotion. You can see the genuine emotion because he knows it's true. He knows it's true.
Men, we need to take care of black women. Take care of them. They are our future. We cannot demonize our own. We are the pillars of the family. Imagine this, a nation that is set up with individual families that are thriving, that are healthy, that communicate, that raise their children in love, have a better rate of becoming better human beings. That's it. And that's what we need to create. Black men, it starts with you. Hey, it's done, man. We can't be trust no more. We have to be better. You don't understand?
Yeah, and that again, that's the problem. That's what's been robbed of the Black America. The fathers. It's absentee fathers. It's destroying them. People need fathers. You know, people need families. People need a mother and a father to raise them together. They need families. You know, and if you don't have families, you have chaos. You have anarchy. You have a lawless jungle that needs to be over policed. No, you know, if Black Lives Matter, if I feel bad cutting him off because basically he said everything. But if Black Lives mattered to Black Lives Matter, they wouldn't let anybody be a member, you know, of Black Lives Matter if they were an absentee father. You know, they would as a community, they have to reject that. They have to reject that, and that is the only way. That is the only way they're ever going to be free. That's the only way they're ever going to have their own self-determination. Because right now, they don't. Because so much of that community is relying on entitlements, on welfare, whatever. It's absolutely killing them, and I believe it's done cynically. I think it's done. I think this erosion of this specifically the African American family, which is what's happened, was done deliberately and done cynically, and I think it was done by the left wing. I do. Say, hey, listen, I feel bad cutting him off, so let's listen to his last line.
I'm speaking to you from my heart. Look, I don't know if I'm gonna have a career after this.
Honestly, mate, you should have a career as a leader. You should screw the acting, although you're a great actor, and I'd love to see. You know what? I'd love to see you be Doctor Who. That'd be freaking awesome, wouldn't it? You'd be a very interesting Doctor Who. But honestly, the sense you're talking, you should be a leader, mate. And I tell you, real leaders don't plan to be leaders, right? Real leaders don't plan to be leaders. I think you should be a leader because you're saying something more important than anybody else I've heard anybody else say. And of course, as I say that, I press play on a bunch of expletives. But okay, but still, we get the idea.
Today, it's about innocent people who are halfway through their process. We don't know what George Floyd could have achieved. We don't know what Sergeant Blank could have achieved. But today, we're going to make sure that won't be an alien thought to our young ones. I'm sure you lot came today and you left your kids. And when you see your kids there aimlessly playing, they don't understand what's going on. Yeah. Today is the day that we remind them that we are dedicated, and this is a lifelong dedication. Guys, we don't...
Yeah, that's another thing. People look to get out. People don't want to hear anything that's going to take effort. That's hard. That's like, and saying this is a job that you've got to spend the rest of your life doing, which is the truth. Yeah, again, if it Black Lives Matter, then have one Black Lives Matter to you, and matter it enough that you don't do what you want to do. You stay home and you raise that kid. The only reason people think Black Lives don't matter is because the majority of the membership of Black Lives Matter. Yeah, that's the only reason. Let him finish up. And I understand he's speaking for Black Lives Matter, but listen, at least somebody's saying something that's workable.
Leave here and stop, We don't leave here and stop. This is longevity. Some of you are artists, some of you are bankers, some of you are lawyers, some of you own shop stores. You are important. Your individual power, your individual right is very, very important. We can all join together to make this a better world. We can all join together to make this special. We can all join together.
Literally, he did everything right. Listen, everything freaking right. Incredible. That is true leadership. At last, true bloody leadership. Which is what that community needs more than anything else, and what's failed it more than anything else. Listen, if somebody wants to call themselves a leader, that's fine, but they better damn sure be taking accountability of where that community finds itself. People like to be leaders. People like the respect, the honor it gives them. They don't like taking responsibility. Being a leader means being a bloody leader. And that was leadership. Again, first leadership I've seen. And I've been watching. It's been terrible. There's the mayor in Atlanta. But it wasn't talking about the looting. Was actually talking about the problem that you need to be a man. You need to look after your children. You need to live with your children. And if you don't, you're going to destroy your freaking society, which is what you've done. I think it was done to you. I think it was done cynically. I don't think you're stupid. I think it was a plan that they did for years, decades, because they love that community being subservient. I'm telling you, they should listen. If one election, they vote for the other side. Just one election. their vote matters forever. Again, like if the entire black community, or like if they voted Republican next election, they're taken for granted right now by the Democrats, and they're used by the Democrats. They voted Republican one time. The Democrats would never do that again. They would do whatever they want. They said there'll be a powerful lobby, and they should be a powerful lobby because they're necessary. So it's just one election. Throw over the Democrats. Vote Republican. And I'm not saying that cynically. Honestly, I think the Republicans will do better for them. Honestly, I really do. I don't think they could do any bloody worse than that. They throw them over. One election, you have more power than you've ever had, ever. More power, yeah. And believe me, say what you want about Trump, he doesn't mind paying bills. If it means like paying up to get your support, he would do that. It'll be worth one election, and it'll change everything. Anyway, let's go back, look at the chat. But again, John Boyega, Star Wars man. Let's go back and see what I missed. Woo, that's a long time ago. Okay, really that long ago? Boron Bing, so tell him, Mr. Yang, you and me got Terry into Blazing. You did, and what a wonderful thing you did. Absolutely. What made you start my channel? So, honestly, it was a number of things. Look, Phantom Menace. It was the I ended up at Gareth's channel because of Doctor Who. All right, and you couldn't talk about it. I'm sure we all experienced. You couldn't talk about it on social media. Suddenly you're a sexist because the shit they're giving you, you're calling it shit. I'm turning the AC down a bit cooler now. Yeah, the shit they'll get, and suddenly you're being called a sexist for that, right? So I ended up with Gareth's channel, and from there I learned about Comicsgate and the EVS, and I saw the model they did for Comicsgate. I was like, wow, that is freaking incredible. That is incredible, and I think that's workable. So that's really. So the two things were Gary saying, start a channel, and it was a good idea. And that goal to work to was why I already had the channel for years before, but I only started it as like a channel. I don't know, about a little over a year ago now. Yeah, about a year. Okay. I missed when he left as a 9-year-old had. No, I missed Blake when he left as a 9-year-old had no idea what. It was a bit weird, wasn't it? He wanted to do national Shakespeare. I want the Tories out too, but I would have been terrified. Yeah, Corbyn was kryptonite for the Labour. It was. I completely hear what you're saying. Now, I don't understand why they all hated Tony Blair, but more of that, please. Kind of like a Labourite who's kind of looked like a Tory, and we could all kind of get behind him. And again, I get the Labourites hate him now. Oh my God, they hate him so much. I don't really understand. Okay. Who we looking at? Looks like he puts graffiti on a centre-back woman, and then gets shirty when it gets cleaned up. Really? Wow. Who did that? What a dick. Which is it? Which is it? Do we want a world which is colorblind, or we do want to racially divides are more? No, exactly. And listen, I get it. I really understand more now, clearly, why black people are pissed off. I get it. I didn't realize that was a situation. I get it. And I think every time a black person is killed by a policeman, it's another kick in the balls, right? And I know statistically it's irrelevant. And statistically it doesn't happen. But I get it. I understand. But I don't understand. But it being usurped and used by evil people to loot, and it's the worst thing ever. This guy was the first guy saying something right. And this is what every influencer, every black influencer should be saying. That's the same. There should be no tolerance for absentee fatherhood. There should be no tolerance for it at all. You know, should be like in the 1950s. Like if you got pregnant, you got married, and you know what? Wasn't so bloody bad. Get married. It's okay. It's good. Life's actually better. You know, yes, you have to compromise more. You can't be a total dick, and you have to care about somebody. You have to put other people in front of you, right? And look, okay, you want to the easiest. By the way, this is my wedding anniversary, 24th wedding anniversary. The easiest way to have a great marriage, okay, it's really the easiest way, is if you take 100% responsibility for the happiness of your marriage, and if your spouse does the same thing, then you're gonna have, you're gonna fight, you're gonna have a rough time, but you're gonna have a happy marriage, and it's worth it. It's worth it. Your life's better for it. All right, there we go. So that they are all their coalition closed behind doors. Labour is far removed from its intent. Yes, it's so sad. It really is sad. There you go. One second. Danny said, "Problem, I still need to finish." Okay, fine. One thing. Cheek, it was me that got you 1,000, not Gary. I didn't tell Gary either. I didn't even know if he mentioned me. Oh, now you got me sweating. Look what happened. It doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't matter what race you are. Isn't that a sign? We're all saying the same thing, mate. Well, it's proof. Glenn says proof positive that Jews are not a secret cabal who run the world. Otherwise, the rabbi would have kicked it up the chain and got you. I would have Shimon fight and Dr. Retcom. Yeah, I would. Yeah, if there was a global Jewish conspiracy, I would so do that. Like unapologetically. I'm one of the tribe, mate. It's send it to the back of the bus. I'll take over from here. that would happen. Glenn said that. Okay, so I'm coming at this as a white male, but this is going to be Smith. But it seems to me that a lot of equal rights movements are about what the equal rights movements have been pretty much, yes, exactly. There is no legal imperative. I understand there's some people who are dicks. There's some people who don't like redheaded people. Okay, some people don't like black people. I don't get it. Okay. Yochanan Avram, good evening. How are you? He doesn't know anything. Oh, boy. Okay. So I take it we're talking about Jason John Bodea. Okay. Well, I guess people are different. Rich Brat. Oh, boy. Oh, dude. Come on. He was saying such nice stuff. Star Wars sucks now, but he was the best thing about. He was the only thing about new Star Wars that was really, if you look at it, had some potential. Like, how was he a stormtrooper? What happened to him? Like, in his journey, I'm convinced when he got touched by death for the first time, that's when the Force awakened, right? And there's some really interesting story there that they just pissed away. They did. They just pissed it away. So I don't think it's his fault. I think it's their failure more than anything else. Fine. Well, the Patriot can't be that powerful if Judy Whittaker still is right. Exactly. Unfortunately, that's not PC these days. You can't say that kids need a dad. Well, no, they need just a sperm donor. Well, I'm not PC. Kids need a dad. You need the best way to make good human beings. The best way to make good human beings is to have a family. Is to have a family and raise everybody together. That's the best way of making good human beings. I just realized I gotta get a camera and a mic now. Oh, okay, fine. I'm at 1,000 subs. I told everybody would. I guess that's happening. Maybe I'll wait till Amazon shipping back to Israel. Does Boyega realize he's espousing this? No, I don't think he does. Captain Robert April. That's the thing. While he's using a bullhorn with Taurus out, Corvus thinking. No, he doesn't. That's the thing. So maybe it's just an issue of packaging. Right? Maybe we just need to tell them that, like, this is the new leftism and they're all cool about that. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, like, he's finally said, oh my God, we're destroying our lives. We're destroying our communities. We're destroying the world. He finally got it. It's incredible. Fine, let's look at the chat. Where are we up to? I can't hear a thing he's saying. Oh God, I hope everybody else did. Okay, essentially you're saying that you have to take responsibility for. Oh man, could you not hear anything as I was playing? Oh man, somebody could have sort of WhatsApp me. He was basically saying that like black men need to look after black women and their children. Yeah, you can't be an absentee father. That's essentially what he was saying. And it was painful for him to say it. Probably not, but then again, he has some degree of privilege himself. Yeah, I know. Atheism, feminism, nihilism, and Sullivan also played the role. And oh, you saw this. I missed the other thing. Say something destroying liberalism is destroying America. Liberalism killed America. Well, it is, but you know, kiss a mason, mate. You know, things can come back. Don't worry. I think you know, America is not to endorse any political party. America is it has is making itself great again. It's just one of the there's no way around it. Is it? Oh man, 15 minutes behind again. How that? Wasn't it Malcolm X or Martin Luther Jr. who said that the greatest threat to black success was the white? I don't know, but boy, was that true. By the way, Black Panther was essentially Martin Luther King versus Malcolm X. That's essentially what it is. I think Black Panther. I can understand again why Black America loved it, because it wasn't just a black superhero in a black setting. It was so culturally black to a script level, to a story level. So yeah, it was very successful, I think. Doesn't sound like MLK. No, it doesn't, does it? It's a bit too cynical. So it's cutting it. What happened to the content of I don't know. I don't know. Content can't wing him. John Boyega's Prime Minister. Yeah, I guess so. Maybe we can all get behind that. I mean, like, listen, they didn't let him be a Jedi, and he so should have been, right? Yeah, he ended up with what's his name, Rose Tika, or nearly. Poor sod. Ray, I need to tell you something. I'll tell you later. The dumbest thing ever. It was Malcolm X's and a paraphrasing, although I thought the point was pretty good. Though you're right. I say that all lives matter. That's absolutely correct. Not just one race, no. But you know what? I finally understand the point they're trying to say. That they feel that we feel that that's okay. That's it. I really understand it. They feel that we feel that their lives don't matter, right? So they're shouting at us that their lives matter. We're like, well, WTF? Yeah, of course you. Like, what? Why are you shouting at us? This is what we all believed in. You know, nobody argued with you. Yeah, it's so. As everything, it's a problem of communication. You know, like with everything, it's a problem of communication. Yeah, all lives matter. Okay. Isn't white? Isn't I exactly why it is racist? I mean, but yeah, basically we're all agreeing. Okay, we're all agreeing. Good point. It could be from Malcolm, race or raceless. I understand for a reason Black Lives Matter. The problem is XXX Lives Matter. Exactly. And you know what? Again, the people who really don't believe Black Lives Matter are Black Lives Matter. Make it a cornerstone of your philosophy that your men must be, must look after their children, must live with their children, must raise their children. Yeah, I understand divorce happens. I'm okay for divorce happening. But it should be the aberration. That shouldn't be the norm. You should live with you should sacrifice. You should do, you should not do what you want to do. You should be who you want to be. You want to be a good father. You want to be a good father. It's honestly, I get it. It's harder work. Okay, up front, you know what you're putting in, but it's a happier life. You're happier doing it. You know, I mean, even when your kids are like these arsehole teenagers who you hate and you don't want to, like, oh God, or even in their 20s, whatever. Even there, it's still worth it. It's all worth it. This all has been opted by Antifa, and I firmly believe this is all a George Soros like revolutionary thing. I firmly believe that. I think he's behind all this bull crap. Like honestly, I think if the Secret Service didn't hate Trump, they would have assassinated Soros by now. Let's see. Reading through. The best book I read, the Saturday 24, the Meta says the best book I read on the Democrats was Thomas Frank's Listen Liberal. Okay, that sounds like a good one. Am I right in thinking of the trouble in terms of blue city? Yeah, basically you are. And you know what? I honestly, I just think that well, I understand liberalism. I do. I really do. And I understand a reaction against the the repression and oppression of religious American and religion in the Western world in the 70s and 80s. I do understand that. However, I think they've thrown the baby out with the bathwater. You know, that's what. Listen, again, you don't want to go to church, fine. Like you don't want religion, fine. But like the religion gave people a moral structure that made them happier, made society function better. You know, it's fine you didn't want that, but like replace the moral structure. And what we're looking at now, 3 generations of people raised without that moral structure. And now they haven't learned lessons that most sane people have learned in kindergarten by the time they're 5. They've learned not to have tantrums when they don't get their own way. You know, they learn not to hold on to simmering resentments. You know, there's a forgiveness, like basic human things that makes your life better if you can just have the strength to do them. Right? Yeah, these basic things. And yeah, that's really where we are. And again, I'm not, advocating any religion. I'm really not. I mean, whatever. Honestly, I think one of the best religions, if for want of a word, is a 12-step program. There's still 12-step programs are fantastic. You know, you can be a complete atheist and you can still have all the introspection and the self-growth that most religions give you. So there's got to be other secular, non-religious options that'll give you a framework, but that's what they need. You know, that's what they really need. And again, Black America is the place that's really feeling it the most. Okay, Doctor Who question. Let's see. We got Doctor Who question on that. Let's see. White Lives Matter. That is true. Any group that must denigrate one group to elevate another is not exactly. And look, I hate to tell you, the barometer is always the Free Palestine posters, right? That's always the barometer of how screwed up they are as an organization. In my opinion. Does that not sound a bit racist to you? Yeah, of course it does, because they are racist. That's the problem. All lives matter. I think. Okay, yeah, we have actually a doctor. I thought the Matrix on Gallifrey was stored the knowledge of dead Time Lords. That is correct. So here's I think the question you're going to go for. I haven't read it yet, but. If the Matrix or Time Lord stored dead Time Lords, didn't that not all? So what's she doing? Okay, so firstly, if your question was how could a live Time Lord be in there, we've seen that many times. We've seen Tom Baker's Doctor do that, and Colin Baker's. They both entered from different places. But if you're asking that how the Jodie Whittaker's Doctor was able to overload the Matrix and all the memories, given that she wasn't able to the infinite lives that the timeless children had experienced. If she had got that, at least that would have made sense. But that was still blocked off for her, right? That she was able to, like her 12 lives. Yeah, the Matrix is designed to hold billions and billions of lives. How's her 12 lives going to override it? It's another piece of stupidity that Sir Chibs did not think about. Okay, where are we up to? The Earth was round last time I checked. Okay, it's an obloid spheroid. Okay, oh boy, I don't know what we're talking about this, but okay. Yes, Democrat states are seeing the most problems. Yeah, because their administrations are designed to fail. You know, they're all based on flawed flawed premises that they very much want to believe that aren't. And these flawed premises also happen to give their support base the least amount of work to do possible, the least amount of responsibility. Dyslexic moments all. Yes, they do. I relate to you completely there, my brother. Hey, Rabbi, perhaps I should find a nice Jewish woman who cooks, not makes reservations. Well, my wife isn't doing that much cooking either. My house is turned upside down. We're living in. We have a guest room, which my wife doesn't really like coming in my basement, which is where this is where my lair is. But we've had this insurance claim. We found like a couple of tiles are a bit wobbly, and then we start looking at it, and they came and checked that there's a leak under our floor, and all the sand there has got sopping wet and like turned into mud. So they've ripped up all our floors. They're going to rip our floor in our bedroom. Our bedroom's on our main floor. So bedroom, kitchen, dining room, living room, laundry room. They're ripping the floors up on all of them. So far, they're doing our bedroom. We're living downstairs while they're doing that. But then they're ripping out our kitchen next, I think. But anyway, it's just like chaos there. So yeah, she's not cooking much. Although tomorrow is Sabbath, so we normally have good food for Sabbath. So okay, the normal Friday night meal is thus. If ever you're in Israel, then you want to join us, you're more than welcome. The normal Friday night meal is thus. We start with. Oh, I suppose I should tell you all thing. So like normally, okay, we come over from synagogue. We hang out on the couches for a bit. Like we have to sing this song called Shalom Aleichem and Eishes Chal. That's part of the ritual. Shalom Aleichem is basically a way of saying hello to Sabbath, and then Eishes Chal is saying, "Oh, that looks pretty." So we kind of like wimp out on that. And we last through. We like skip to the end, like halfway through. Then I give the kids they get a blessing each, but then they kind of fight about that, and because they mean when they get a blessing, then my kids are old, okay? They're like 17 is the youngest. Yeah, then they all get up, and my daughter will bring out. The way you start the meal is I'll explain with bread and wine. So my daughter brings out these loaves of bread called challah, and puts them on the table. There's no reason one's daughter has it. It's just what she does. It's just her assigned thing in life, and brings the grape juice up. Uses grape juice instead of wine. At the same time, hopefully, if we're lucky, my other kids are washing their hands. You have to do this ritual washing your hands 3 times on each hand before you eat bread. So you wash hands and you say a blessing over washing hands, and you go and sit down. But this is a different way that most Jews do it. This is the German way, the Yekish Minhagim. So then you sit down. I say this lengthy blessing called Kiddush, which you take some wine and you're blessing in the beginning of Sabbath, and then everybody gets a bit of wine. My youngest daughter will not drink for a cup that somebody else has drank for it, so I got to pour a little bit out into a small cup for her. My youngest daughter being 21, 22, and I always spill out and I always make a mess. Fine. So so anyway, you still can't speak. Okay, most people do the washing hands after this bit, so you're not allowed to talk after you washed your hand. All right. So then I say a blessing on the bread, and once you have some of the bread, I dip the bread in salt. And once you have some, you can talk. So what I cut one, and my wife always makes the bread fresh for Sabbath. So you have one. So I always cut a slice, and I cut it in half for me and my wife, and I cut it in half. So finally we're up to meal. So the meal starts off with soup, chicken soup and matzo balls, and like there's chicken in it and vegetables. Pretty good. Then main course, it will be. I think this week it'll probably be a roast chicken. Roast potatoes, peas. Yeah, really, it's really quite simple. Yeah, but sometimes we have a roast instead. So lunch is normally funkier. We normally do like Mexican or something. But that's basically what you experience if you come to us for Friday night. Fine, let me carry on with the chat. Don't let my cousin here say that you're another. Okay, fine, I will get involved with that. Hey, Rabbi, perhaps I should find a nice. Yeah, I guess that's what got me in that conversation. Oh man, it just so jumped on me. Really? Oh man. Okay, fine. Okay, Glenn Edwards, I found your Perhaps you should find a nice show to find. Good luck. Let me see. Oh yeah. Although, if you know, just from my own experiences, Jewish girls make you work harder for less. If you get my meaning, but yeah, they make you work harder and provide less. So yeah, that's something you might want to think about. Fine. Where were we? I think a large part of the problem in the US comes from the media railing against Donald Trump. Exactly, not expecting him to win, then when he and not knowing what to do. Yeah, but it's been years. Like, get over it, for God's sake. And everything you predicted, everything you kept screaming about was wrong. Right? Okay, you got the election wrong. That was a pass. We would have given you that. That you could have got away with. But then you had the P tape, you had Mueller, you had this, you had just so many things, one after another, and you just look stupid every time. Really? And they could have got all the credibility back. It's so stupid. Matthew Barter says, non-partisan Doctor Who matters. Oh, I'm not sure about them. They sound like scum to me. Yeah, dude, come for dinner. Oh, man, if you're in Israel, I'd love to have you guys. That'd be awesome. That'd be so awesome. Remember the central tenet of the Minbar religion. We are the universe made flesh and trying to understand itself. That's really interesting. Oh, I miss Babylon 5. It's a real shame that last season sucked. It really was. And it was a real shame that Crusade never pulled it together as well. Apparently, they were supposed to become like a Blake 7. They were supposed to become like outlaws at the end of that season, which would have been much more interesting. But yeah, it's a shame that one never pulled it together. And then the Legend of the Rangers was just kind of a bit dumb, that whole thing where the woman had to her interface to use the guns was kicking wildly. What's wrong with firing a button? Have you not seen a PlayStation controller? Yeah, darling, you want to try and get one of those rather than have to do a backflip. If you haven't seen it, you'll see. You have to see it. It's so stupid. But yeah, and that was the end of Babylon 5. I was really hoping that game they were making was going to come out, but they got like 3/4 way making it, and then they canceled it. But it was the first, I think, giant world game they were going to have. Like, you could turn around and go in a jump gate and try and bomb Minbar or whatever. It never happened. Gary Hewitt says, how can the Master find the memories of the past Doctors in the if the Matrix only stores dead Time Lords? The Doctor is not dead unless each incarnation has individual. There is an answer for this, Gary Hewitt. There is a very clear answer that's in the Chris Chibnall Writer's Guide. It is nothing matters. Nothing matters. They do not think about consequences or thinking things through at all. Nothing matters. That is why, that is why, they also have a similar rule in Star Trek Discovery. Nothing matters, right? A major plot one, who cares? Captain Jack shows up and says, under any circumstances, the entire human species depends on you not giving the thing to the Cyberman. Just do not do that under any circumstances. And then she gets outsmarted by the Cyberman, and then she goes, I'll think of a way of getting it back. Really? And then the human race is wiped out. Really? Nothing matters is the answer. The extreme left are the answer. Yes, they are. Oh, speaking of one who met them, Pat Mills. He went from a friend to a Jew hater, really quickly as soon as Corbyn showed up. It was freaking incredible. Shalom Aleichem. Shalom Aleichem. That's pretty good. Forgive the spelling. Is that similar to Salam Aleichem? That is identical. It's just a different dialect. So here's the weird thing about the Arabs and the Jews, the Palestinians and the Jews. We all believe the same freaking thing. We pray to the same God. We believe in Abraham, we're as our shared father. Our perception of God is exactly the same. We're brothers. But I think that's probably going to be the ultimate solution, because I believe there will be an ultimate solution, and I do, look, being the hippie, I do hope it will be a peaceful one. So okay, here's the how I think things are going to play out in the end of days. Okay, how there will be eventually peace between the Jews and the Palestinians in Israel. I believe, I'm a religious guy. I believe firmly that a Jewish Messiah is coming. That means a Jewish Messiah can't do magic. He can't do the stuff that Jesus can do. Unfortunately, Jesus was a much more fun, compelling character. A Jewish Messiah is essentially the head of government. It's a king. So he's an ultimate authority. So there will be a war, no doubt, between the Jews and the Arabs, because of that very, very small bit of Jerusalem where the Temple Mount is, the Dome on the Rock that is built on top of the Jewish temple. That every religious Jew for 3 times a day have prayed that temple will be rebuilt, which will necessitate the current occupant moving along. Yeah, and they're not so into that. They're not so into that. So there will be war, but eventually, I believe this Messiah will sue for peace, but he will do this by giving the Palestinians sovereignty over the city of Hebron. So fine. So why do I think this? It's a city that they really want. It's a city they feel a very, very close affiliation to, because that is the burial place of Abraham, our shared grandfather, right? Our shared forefather. So that is, it's the also the Old Testament is very, very clear that Abraham bought that land as a monetary thing, and he paid about 10 times the value of it. So the question is, why would he have to establish that this actually is that belongs to Jews? Why would I say? So you can't give a gift unless you own something. You need to be able to give it away. But more primarily this, I believe the Old Testament, if you read it properly, will be a template for everything, for all reality. And we see at the end of Abraham's life, Abraham had 2 children. He had what was the English name? He had Isaac, and he had Ishmael. Right. So Ishmael was the father of the Palestinians, of the Arab nations, and Jacob is the father of both Christianity and Judaism, I would say, if you go back to it. So the way that Isaac made peace with Ishmael is he went to him in the place. There's a place where he nearly died, and his mother prayed, and a water supply was found. So that became a really holy place for him, right? So he went to that place of holiness, and he gave him respect. He gave him honor, and that was what he needed to feel secure enough about himself to make peace again with Isaac. So I think if a Messiah can do that, giving like the progeny of Ishmael the city of Hebron, which is very prized because it's where Abraham's buried. Also, Adam and Isaac and who else? And is Jacob there? And a couple of the patriarchs and matriarchs, I should say. Sarah's there. So so again, I think that is eventually how peace could happen in the Middle East, which is an insane thought. Okay, we're go here. But the Doctor was in the Matrix memories. In the Deadly Assassin and the Trial of Timelord. Basically, I think we said the same thing. Stop bringing a lot in the gym ball fight. Yeah, can't argue with that. The original Doctor was infected was a virus-infected bat. Okay, I thought you were going to tie that in, Matthew Pounder, to Case of Androzani, where you had to go milk a giant bat to get the cure for Perry. I only had enough for one. Oh god, that trailer I made took me forever. I hope you've seen it. It's a good bloody trailer. There we are. Okay, let's go. Okay, I'm going to catch up again. Don't bring that's a really funny comment. Smith. Not the defending timeless trash. That is true. Yes, you've got the chicken soup is amazing. Best with rice, ginger, and okay. Jewish chicken soup is so different. Okay, Jewish chicken soup is much more chickeny. I know exactly what you're talking about, but it's a whole different thing. Don't worry, neither do Jim or Joe. Okay, lol. Actually, a lot of kosher rules are actually excellent hygiene for food preservation. Yeah, you know, the reason the Jews didn't get the Black Death and were accused for spreading the Black Death is because we washed our hands before bread, as I was telling you just now, which was enough of a hygiene to stop us getting the Black Death. Can you imagine you could have killed the Black Death just by washing your hands? Heard in food preservation methods for living, especially in a hot country. Also, a lot of the halal rules as well. That's absolutely correct. Halal rules, yeah, 100% correct. Oh, did I catch up? No, I didn't catch up. I got so excited. I'm only 10 minutes behind though. I'm not letting anybody else take credit for the 1,000 subs. Okay. Oh, was that you? Somebody made up an account saying the rabbi's 1,000 subs. Is that you? That was so cool. It was me. Even though it was you. That was so freaking cool. Okay. Well, you have my salute, sir. Thank you very much. I'm not going to sue you. I'm going to thank you. I have read Muhammad originally intended to base Islam on Judaism, which explains a lot. Well, yeah, I mean, yeah. Okay, so my view on the spectrum of religions is that Christianity is essentially Judaism without that much consequence. You know, with consequence for action really. There's no there's nothing you can't really atone for and be. There's no real rules, right? I mean, you have the 7 deadly sins, but that's basically it. You know, you don't have to worry about the size of your Hanukkah candelabra and the type of oil you use. You know, it's just don't eat babies. You know, it's much simpler. It's Christianity without without consequence. So Islam is Judaism without compassion. So it's no, there's right and wrong and nothing in between. Whoa, that's all. So it's all a spectrum, but that's because everybody sees himself as being in the center. 1,000 subs, you deserve it after all your hard work. Oh, thank you very much. I can't disagree with you. Hi, Rabbi. How are you? I'm very good, Michael Richardson. And every time I say your name, I think of Colin Robinson. I got the final episode of what is it? 9 episodes or 10 episodes of season of what we do in the shadows that I can watch after this. Maybe I'll fall out with rewatching that Rick and Morty. I love myself a bit of Rick and Morty. Yeah, the Rangers Fire Control was really stupid. I remember. I wasn't sure it got on though. I thought I was happy to see any Babylon 5 at that point. I can't believe how it just totally vanished forever. You know, it's wow, that's over. Dude, your 1,000 congratulations. Thank you very much. I was wondering how many more ads. Oh God, it was so. Let's have a look to it. It was so. What's the word I'm looking for? Harrowing. Do I have more? I have more. I'm at 1,004. It was a very harrowing day because I got up. You were 1,000, right? And then later in the day, I got up to 1,003, 1,004. Then it went down to 1,002, 1,001, and I was at that 1,000. I started bricking it. But then it went back up again. Now it's back at 1,004. I got my daughter to sub. I got my daughter and wife to sub because I was really scared. But we're back. We're back up now. So okay. Rabun Zuti, the Nadir of Babylon 5. Woo woo. I think that was what's her name? Penn and Teller. Oh God, that was so stupid. Mind you, B5 nozzle were quite good. Yeah, I like there's a couple of good ones. I like the Psycho one, the Bester one, where you saw what happened to him in the end. Thank you, yeah. That's so funny. I'm with JMS, can't stand cutesy. Yeah, I can't. Well, Zoot was pretty cutesy. Bad Bell on 5. Okay, fine. Leela Becken, you have a greeting that translates to peace be unto you, for crying out loud. Well, yeah, shalom also means goodbye as well. Well, so do the Arabs. Salam alaikum, same as shalom aleichem. You know, it's the same thing. We're very, very similar. Michael Robinson, I'm a Christian. I really love hearing you talk about your religion and your culture. I can feel your passion and love. And I expect, well, thank you. It's very, very sweet of you. Thank you. Colin B says, I suppose the bear is still in Oberon Epsilon. Oh, God, I remember that. Yeah. Such a shame that final season just didn't pull it together. If it's on a Thursday, Rabbi, I'm not Messiah unless it's on a day no one likes. I'm busy. Okay, that's fair enough. Can't argue it. I don't think you have to. I honestly, the biggest difference between being in a messianic world or not, according to the Jewish tradition, is there will be a Jewish temple sitting on Temple Mount, and there will be constant sacrifices going on there, and the smoke will go up in a perfect column, right? Which will be an open miracle. And they should be honestly, most of the Israeli wars have been as much the same as the biblical wars. You know, they've been as miraculous. Like the 67 war is completely impossible. Completely impossible. Israel survived that. You know, and we want So even they don't teach the 67 war in West Point because it doesn't make any sense. Okay, Bob and I went to an interfaith meeting with Christians, Jews, and Muslim ones. It was quite interesting. Just how much the three. Yeah, you know, we're at each other's throats. We're literally at each other's throats, trying to get infidel. Oh, good, yeah, we're at each other's throats, and then we all believe exactly the same shit. Okay, exactly. Like, okay, there's a God, the world, the sixth day, whatever. We believe it all. And like we get so hung up with like, no, but this one is the Son of God. No, but no, this one is like really? Why can't we just see where we're all similar? You know, rather than trying to kill each other. Wouldn't that make more sense? Okay. No one what? What happened there? What happened there? That was a big jump. Well, then he caught up. How could it be so big a jump? The trouble is I have a lot to say. God, did I really not get this far? Okay, fine. Okay, Ishmael later gave up religious gig and went on to hunt whales. Okay, call me Ishmael. There you go. I was Church of England, but aren't religious now. However, I do find religious history fascinating. Church of England is actually surprisingly interesting. I've done interest rather than holy academic courses on. So okay, brilliant. Okay, so people hear me. The timeless bear was still there. Now Chips has got an angry mob of fans outside his house. It's beyond. Yeah, how is not because we don't know where he lives, and it's really not worth the trouble. It's like really, you're not even worth the bother, mate. Yeah, that's really it. That's really why he hasn't got anybody here. It's like Gary says, it's shocking. I want to be thanks, Jim. Isn't it? Like, isn't that just freaking cray? Okay, I'm Christian, but I brought up to respect. Yeah, because you're like most bloody people in the world. There's a lot of good stuff in religion, apart from the burning and basically believing in an invisible friend who is better than anyone else's friend. Yeah, if you believe that, that's probably not good. I would advise against that. Okay, you say you don't really. God is often that friendly. There's no way Purdy became a girl. That is. Well, it did take many regenerations. Although, again, I think she is. I believe she regenerated in Jodie. I just think she died and regenerated when she fell out the TARDIS. Yeah, I think she's that. And this is all like some post-regenerative, like fantasy. When she saw how awful she could have been. Which would explain why Christianity would seem to have so many different branches compared to the other Abrahamic religion. Yeah, honestly, the real difference is this: that that both with Islam and more with Judaism, their claim to divinity is to be Christian. You're not directly connected to the claim to divinity, right? To be the claim to divinity was seeing Jesus's resurrection, which they were told about by an apostle when he went, whatever, a missionary or something. Whenever they went to a new place. So with Judaism, the claim for divinity is that the Mount Sinai event. When God appeared and gives the Bible. It's the end of the Ten Commandments. So that's claimed to have been experienced by the entire nation. In fact, the definition of who is a Jew by Jewish standards is somebody of matrilogical descent from that first event. So so that's that's basically what I have no idea how I got onto that, but okay. If I remember, I'll go back and tie it into whatever I was saying. Why Christianity has something bright? Yeah, it's because Christianity is so much more interpretive than Judaism, right? It's because it was prophetized and sent in many directions. There became many different. There's many different versions of the New Testament, while there's only 6 different versions of the Old Testament, the Hebrew Old Testament, and those 6 versions are all grammatically the same. They just substitute one letter for another. Because if you figure it's given by God, you're going to want to try and keep it, keep a record of it properly. It comes from a tribe, so that makes you a Jew, mate. But while you're not practicing, enjoy seafood. Okay, that's what Glenn Edwards said. However, I could never be Jewish. I could never get bacon. Even though you're so right, bacon and lobster are the best freaking food. You nailed it. You nailed it, Glenn Edwards. Those are the 2 best things you got. Because you put bacon on anything and it's fantastic. And there's no good substitute. I've tried. There is no good substitute. I'm New York, so I'm ordering everything. Can I also live in Miami? No, you live in Florida, right? There's tons of Jewish stuff there. I'm also honoring I can have a conversation in Yiddish. Well, I can speak and Italian. I can speak a few words in Yiddish. I can speak a bissel Yiddish. Yeah, I can a gay fifer. Gay fifer means F off in Yiddish. So there you go. It means go whistle, but it basically means screw off. But more harsh than that. Faith is non-demonstrable, hence the word faith. Exactly. Yeah, it's totally internal. You're 100% right, Gary. Here's the 2,000 subs next. You are so right, Michael Richardson. How difficult can it be to show how many people are following you? Something not kosher going on YouTube. Already not, right? It'll show me 1,004 just now. So okay, let's see. Let's just update that. It's everybody hold your breath. It's still 1,004. Okay, good. Yeah, I'm scared. Blind faith. Yes, basically, blind faith is. I'll tell you what blind faith is. You get off a train at Auschwitz, right? And you know what's going on. Okay, you know what's going on, and you still believe in God. You still believe in God afterwards. That is real faith. Yeah. The economy says, what I meant to say is, sorry, it wasn't clear. Hadn't realized. Shalom also meant goodbye. Yeah, we multitask that. Got to go. Had to have dinner conversation again. Thank you so much. I'm glad. Well, I hope you never know, but thank you for stopping by. Yeah, I'm wrapping up in a few. Once I get to the chat, I'm wrapping up. Maybe I'll talk quickly about Timelord Victorious because it looks really, really disappointing. There's one more release of the audio release, which sounds like it's going to be a David Tennant one, but they need one central story. You know what? You needed one central story acted out, on audio. And without that, the whole thing's falling apart, right? The McCann thing is just like an extra. We need the central story. So if there's going to be one disc, forget it. It needs to be a box set. If you're still going to bring out a box set, I'm interested in that, right? But without it, I think you screwed the pooch. I really do. And also, these 4 writers, or 4 new writers, they're all women. And I know it's not such the big you shouldn't really, you're not allowed to say that, but it's clearly agenderizing, right? It's clearly what's destroyed Star Trek Discovery. I was saying, my daughter's WhatsApping. Let's see what she's got to say. Okay. Oh, she sent me a voicemail, but looks like she's cleaned off the kitchen table. Okay, that's good to know. My daughter is very good because she's got OCD, and we don't want to treat it because it really is very good at cleaning up the house. Welcome around drawing up blueprints. Got me a 10 and a bunch of. Okay. I don't know what we're talking about, but if you're talking about, I don't know what you're talking about, but keep working on it. I wish I knew what I was saying. Look, Jewish girls make you work harder for less. My partner's mother is Jewish. But it's so true. It's so freaking true. Okay. Honestly, when the first time I dated a girl who wasn't Jewish, I was amazed at how much and how quickly and how easily they put out. I mean, like, amazed. I was like, oh, okay, I'm up for this. and that just seemed to be a recurring theme. Julian S. Hey, Rabbi, how you doing? I haven't sent you the more Benny stuff. I didn't realize they had 8 seasons you couldn't download. I will get to. I'm so sorry. I've been so busy. I wanted to do a trailer as well for Parting of the Waves. Who was doing a watch along on that. So yeah. Oh, by the way, anybody's not subscribed, can you subscribe? That'd be great. Parting of the Ways we're doing on Sunday night, which I'm really looking forward to. It's a great episode. But then next week we're starting season 2, which is where Doctor Who kicks off big time. So it's the start of David Tennant. So I really want to promote that. But I wanted to do a trailer for Parting of the Ways. I just didn't have time. I spent so much time on the Caves of Androzani trainer. But yeah, I'm so proud of how I got the font just right. I tried to download the Formula 1 font and it wouldn't install. I got to work out what's going on with that. Fine, we're nearly done. Jewish mother or Rottweiler. Sometimes, what's it being? Jewish mother or a Rottweiler sometimes let go. There's every Jew. Jews cannot let anything go. It's so true. They're all like, that is such a truth. Schindler's List is full of 100% Jewish stereotypes. I know all those people. You know, the official people that want to go. The Dalai Lama has been promoting Hope for Echoes. Well, that'd be nice. You're not the Messiah. You're a very naughty boy. I am a very naughty boy. That is true. I will tell my wife. Again, it's my wedding anniversary right now. 24 years ago today. I go by the Hebrew one because I normally forget the English one. That's how Doctor Who ended for me, suffocating in space with the 3 planks. Okay, okay, fine. I just like to think she regenerated and is like new. But yeah, that's probably how it ended. I'm amazed they didn't die then. I love to see some rabbi from Merchandise with his face open. Okay, that's very disturbing. Again, I'm going to tell my wife this. This is the sort of thing that she needs. My face on a pendant. I can't disagree. Okay, I'm only 5 minutes behind. Let me catch up. I'm nearly there. I generally consider the Old Testament written by a version of oral history with an explanation for how the universe came to be. Yeah, unfortunately, when you look into that, the amalgamation theory of David, it really falls apart. It's so depressing how that falls apart. Well, again, I'm going to talk about it. If you want, we'll talk about it another time. Because I'm trying to wrap up. You're not Doctor Who. You're a very naughty girl. Yeah, she is a very naughty girl. Although she's a very silly girl, very stupid girl. Somebody who was it said the Time Lord Laborious. That is Jodie Whittaker. I think the dialect of old German. Germany, not anything close to modern version. Okay. I think I jumped a long way there. Whoa, Hungarian Jews. Oh man, I missed all of this. Well, 5 was it? Doctor Who 5 doctors. Well, that's hardcore, man. Okay, Sadago 24, not messing around. Doctor Who ended for him on 4 doctors. The only person more severe than that was Alan Moore, who said, it didn't really work for me after William Hartnell left. It's very similar. Yiddish. Well, Yiddish and German is the same thing. It's basically Yiddish is essentially the city speak they speak in Blade Runner. It's an amalgam of like German and Polish and Hebrew. It's a very expressive language. And Hungarian Jews. Okay, in Hungary they're really into this Jewish dish called chulent, which is kind of like this hot pot that they used to have on Sabbath. I think we still have it during the winter when it's cold. It's nicer. If you had your own TARDIS and control room, what would be the first place you'd go? Ooh. I've really have to, that. Okay, that's more. Okay, fine. That is more of that's a question I got to think of another night. That's a really good question. Where would I go? I'm going to think about that. Okay, I'm going to really going to think about talents. It's a really good question. That's a really good question. Okay, you got to give me till next live stream too. Like, I really got to think. I really want to think about that a few days. I love that question. Okay, fine. That's how good it is. Normally I can answer you straight away, but this time I'm like, no, this is really involves thought about what I would do. Eerst in Dutch. Okay. Earth 26 is your 100th birthday. Okay. I will be 99. You'll be dead for a while, Colin. Yeah, I get the feeling so like I'll bury my badges for half an hour. I guess we all would, darling. That's a pretty universal truth. Dan, how you doing, mate? Congrats on 1,000 subs, friend. Really well done. Thank you so much. I loved you on that live stream last night. Freaking awesome. Same is true of English. You go back far enough. Wow. Yes, I know. Old English sounds really weird when you hear somebody speak it now. I used to have a not an aunt. It's actually she wasn't an aunt. She was a. It turns out a lesbian lodger of my grandparents. There was two women who lived with each other in the 70s, and we never. And look, it never occurred to me that they were stripping each other. Like it was, they were with each other. But we never really knew until gay marriage came in England and they got married. And I was like, I felt really, really happy for them, even though I should technically be against gay marriage, being a rabbi. But I was really, really quite happy for them. So muzzles off to them. Oh yeah, so she could speak Middle English. It was really interesting. Fine. Got to be Temple on the Mount. Well, that is why they call it. Although the Arabs are very skittish about that. They don't like you saying that. That's why they don't let any Jews up to Temple Mount. If they catch you praying on it, they will. You're breaking the law. Is that how crazy they are? Okay, Temple Mount. Okay, problem being Jewish travels through the matriarchal line. Since your grandmother was a Jew, hence your mother is a Jew, and yeah, exactly. You're trapped in, mate. You get the chicken soup. Okay. 1 second. Oh, Tyler's just popped in. How you doing? Good evening. I loved your stream last night. Freaking awesome. Fine. Was it? I love the old English. Let me read things. Gentlemen, say congratulations on watching Misfits. I love Misfits. Which, I think it's yes. Really good. Oh, I'm not sure who the YouTuber is getting big for his boots. Who is that? Who's getting too big for the boots? I don't really follow YouTubers who are assholes. But Misfits, awesome. We should do a video on that. I love Misfits. I hope Cheryl's enjoying it. Joe and French Fry. 1 second. I don't care, Rabbi. I don't know what you don't care about. I'm pretty glad you don't care about it. I'm a bit of a true crime freak, so go back in time and find out who Jack the Ripper was. Oh, easy. Just Jack the Ripper, just get from hell. It was Sir William Gull, Royal Surgeon. Alan Moore pretty much has that completely solved. Get the graphic novel From Hell. It goes into extreme detail, and I think he's probably right. And if he's not right, he recreated reality. Thus he would be right. Because he's a magician. So what's going on? I don't care if Timelord is okay. Okay, fine. I understand. Fine. Let me go to the YouTube page to make sure I am up to date with the chat. I'm gonna call it an evening. I didn't get to talk about Timelord Victorious or how I became Jewish, how I became a rabbi, which I feel like a bit of a dick by not doing that. But or how I became. That was double thing going. Did I missing any of the chat? Hey guys, thanks. Don't forget. Okay, fine. Let me think. Let me know in the chat if you really want to know how I became religious. I'll go. I'll live here. Yes, no. If not, I'm gonna go. I'm heading in the road. While I went to say yes, we are definitely doing the watch along on Saturday night of Cape Town Design. I am very much looking forward to it. But I was really kind of miffed at Emily Cook for cancelling the. Oh, I understand why she did. Cause she's a stupid kid. It doesn't know up from down. So yeah, but I'm like, it got me out of a conflict. But I really kind of bummed Yeah, that she caves to the pressure. We have one yes. I learned Dutch a bit, and it's fine. I will tell you the abbreviated version, okay? As much as I can. I'll see how much I can abbreviate. So I grew up not religious, in London. Like we had big Christmas parties when I was a kid. My parents were great socialites. We had a massive Christmas tree. It was freaking awesome. So we were really not religious, but we were kind of like, we were aware we were Jewish, we weren't religious. So my life was kind of in a downward spiral. I dropped out of college and I was working in this video shop. I was really hating it, and I ended up getting a open ticket to Israel for a friend's wedding, right? So when I was there, well, first I went to a place called Dahab, which is like this hippie paradise in the Sinai, and got allegedly super high. I cannot admit it publicly, but possibly super high a lot of the time. And then by the time I got back, it was Christmas Day, 1991, and I was like really kind of strung out. I was waiting for my sister who lived in Israel, who was away, so I didn't have anywhere to stay. I ended up sleeping outside her door that night. Anyway, so I found, I was wandering around the old city of Jerusalem. I was picked up by a guy that takes this yeshiva, this rabbinic ceremony called Aish Torah, which was meant to proselytize Jews to Judaism. And so I think, I'm an open-minded guy. I don't mind listening to people. They're offering free bed, free meal. I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm on board. But I decided I'll just go for a class. And then, I decided to go in the morning, so I went. And my life had really that night I just got really like crappy news as well, which my whole plan for my life had been derailed. So I was like, well, what's going to happen? What am I going to do? So I came in. As a stupid reason to to change your life. It's totally stupid reason, but it still kind of worked for me. It was the main rabbi of the place called Rav Noach Weinberg. So he comes in. I just have to think about problems. Okay, so you know what problems are? Problem is just God trying to get your attention. So for me, I always believed in a random universe, but so many shitty things have happened to me over the past year or so, that I wasn't happy about. It would make sense that that it's not a random universe, and therefore something was trying to communicate with me. So I basically decided right there that it was like in a second I said, well, that being the case, it's all very logical and it all fits in place. So I decided to become religious, but then I would check it out to see if it made sense. But then it did. But ever since then, and this may well be a delusion. I can completely open to it being an illusion. I have felt God as a genuine presence in my life. I would feel God like the way God would interact with you. In my experience, is wait, 1 second. I'm just want to check one thing. I think there might be a winner of a competition here who hasn't got their DVD. Yes, David Enke, you're in the chat. I've been trying to get in touch. I'm so sorry. You won one of the competitions. You won Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Rings. Let me find it for you. Please get in contact. I'm so sorry I didn't get in contact with you, but I need to ship this off to you. Congratulations, you won it a few weeks ago now. I've been too busy to get in contact with you. So anyway, I always felt God like for the way God will interact with you is through coincidence, happenstance. So I don't really believe in coincidence, happenstance. I always ask myself, why am I where I am in this time and space right now? Like, if there is an infinite God that's controlling me and the universe, everything simultaneously, what does God want out for me now? That's basically my constant go-to thought. But it's also I will just see like happenstance in life happen that answers prayers of mine, or like this things that I believe is God telling me stuff. And it's not so weird that God would tell me stuff, because I believe God can tell all of us stuff. It's just being open enough to listen. But that's something I definitely have felt in the presence of life since I became religious. Fine, let me finish off the chat there. Now I went through a bunch of stuff. So Noah watched Misfits. Yeah, I love bloody Misfits. Joseph Gilgun, wouldn't he be great as a doctor? Like cover him with because he's got all these tattoos on him. Wouldn't it be cool with like a wiry, like kind of like wild, crazy doctor covered in tattoos? I think I will go for anything rather than Jodie right now. If you want to make a full Origins video, you can take your time and add effects. It'll be interesting. Okay. What else we got? So you're what the called? Yeah, basically. I was like your standard gym. Yeah. As haven't said good evening. Good evening. I really love the over the top German accent. Some media, I know. Oh, you got to watch Hello, Hello. Hello, it's full of that. I love it. So funny. It's so funny. Nothing in the world can stop me now. With a very thick accent. Yes, the full of Madonna with the big boobies. Oh, now I want to watch Hello, Hello. I do think I have a facility for languages. Okay, we're talking about language. Okay, I don't have a facility for language, so I'm just like bored by it. Yeah, okay, fine. You want it? Good. You're happy you want it? Oh, you're going too quick. You're all talking too quickly. Filmmakers have a foreign language. I suppose it must be a challenge for filmmakers to have a foreign language speakers use English or whatever. How do they? I guess you learn English like Israelis. Gal Gadot, you just learn English because it's a useful language to have for that very reason. So you can watch movies and you can be in them. I speak English, obviously fluent French. Do not. Okay, fluent. Decca Java. Good evening. I don't think I said hello to you yet. Conan, are you okay? You're talking about what they can speak. I can't speak. You can't draw. Handwriting sucks. Okay. So good. You learned to type. I'm glad you can type. Okay. Colin Smith. Rabbi. Hello. It's a great. I love Hello. It's so funny. Yeah, I love Hello because it's like so stupid, so funny, but it's dirty enough. And it's like, it's nearly sexy enough that I can make me like, okay, I can forgive pretty much anything, because I'm going to see a mediocre, like a middle-aged actress in, 1930s underwear soon. So, I can go along with all of it. Gal Gadot, yes. I just hope Gal Gadot and Black Widow don't never have a fight. And if they do, I hope it's in slow motion. I took them. Okay, fine. Okay, I think I'm up to date with the chat. Fine. So if I miss anyone, I will catch up on the next stream. Give up bacon and lobster as long as you make. Oh, I bet you could. I bet you. Although she's Israeli, so see, you're probably more likely to get what's it like Team Money soup. Although, yeah. Oh no, she could probably make. You probably, I don't know, she's probably good with Israeli food, like cigara, that sort of thing. But yeah, you know what? I bet to get you, Glenn Edwards, she should. I'll teach you how to make salt beef. I know how to make salt beef, by the way. I'll give you the recipe, right? Yeah, salt beef. Get celery, onions, carrots, pickling spice, bay leaves. Put them all in a pot together. Boil them for a couple of hours. Keep turning the brisket. But that make a whole brisket at once. The top cut and bottom cut together. You need the fat together so it gets flavor. It needs to cook for about 3 hours. When you put your fork in it, it's supposed to not fall apart and not be too tough. Okay, there you go. So, if by the way, if you're ever around for a holiday called Purim, I always give out corned beef sandwiches, salt beef sandwiches at the time. Salt beef if you're American is also corned beef. Fine. I'm gonna hit the off button. It takes a few minutes for it to turn down, but let's I'm going to hit it now, and I think we'll end with an awkward song. What's it? I remember attending another chat. Thanks again for the info. Okay, I'm going to hit the off button, and then I think we'll end with a quizzical look. We'll go with a quizzical look. So we hit the off button,